Hello YouTube! Today I'm about to repot my Phragmipedium. This is a hybrid. Glenn Decker made it. Jason Fisher by Kovaki. This picture is from the internet. I hope to get bloom next year. I bought it 10 months ago. That's a picture how it looked in June last year, and 10 months later. Today I have it looking like that. So now I have 3 fans instead of 1. I bought it on eBay last year, about 11 months ago now, and I never reported it. It's still in the original pot it came with. It is about time to take it out and see what's going on inside. Here on the tag you can see 417. That's where vendor reported it before he sold it to me. I think it is a good idea to repot it once a year, since it's still a young plant, to make sure roots are okay. Let's take it out and... oh yeah, roots are pretty okay. I can even say I love those roots. Can really tell that little frag was working really hard on making those beautiful roots. The light brown roots, they are brand new from this year, I guess. And the dark brown, probably from the previous years. Old fans are losing those bottom leaves, and it's normal. They get dry, they get brown. We just have to remove them easily. That is normal life cycle for those leaves. I believe it is better to repot Phragmipediums pretty often, maybe once or twice a year, because they are sitting in a wet media all the time. I keep pots with my Phragmipediums in a saucer where is always a little bit of water on the bottom. I don't want media get dry at all. Media kept wet all the time will decay faster. That's why I like to change it. Here I think I found 2 bad roots. Let me cut them off. They feel soft on the touch. Might be an old root. Oops, actually it was only 1 bad root. This one, see, it's pretty solid. Yep, healthy one. Frag was potted in a mix of bark, charcoal, perlite and moss. It seems like roots like that mixture, so I'm gonna keep it the same but fresh. I'm going to clean roots in my kitchen sink, and voila! Look at those long ones and branching out. Thank God, frag survived my loving care for 11 months. Just kidding. We had Glenn Decker coming to our society meeting. That what he was saying.
Rinse the roots off and take a look. And no roots have been trimmed yet to this point. And you can see that there are literally no dead roots within this mass. Like I said, if there was more than 5% dead roots, I want to know why. Was it because I waited too long to repot it? Or was it because I repotted it improperly the last time? I think the #1 mistake that a lot of people do is they try to stick all these roots back into the pot. That's a mistake. I remove everything from here down. And I'll even take some of them out of the center. I have lots of new roots here that are waiting to actively start growing. If you try to jam all these roots back into the pot, any root that cracks or breaks, it's just going to rot and die. So you might as well remove it now. And it also has a tendency of making you put it in a pot that's too big for the plant. Overpotting is a huge mistake for all orchids. Even though they like lots of water, it's a huge mistake. So I will remove, and sometimes frags can have roots that are 2 and 3 feet long.
Roots on my frag are not that humongous, and I think I can gently place them in a pot. And here you can see the new one coming out. So we can remove those little small size leaves on the side to free new roots coming into fresh media. I will tell you, it was very nice to meet Glenn Decker in person. He started to grow frags in 70s. He is very open-minded person, smiling, laughing, making jokes. He's been to Ecuador and told us his experience, how he saw frags growing in the field like we see here dandelions, or frags climbing up on cliffs in mountains. Told us about how Kawakii was discovered about 17 or 18 years ago, and it was a revolutionary thing in hybridizations of frags. This one in my hands is Kawakii hybrid as well, and you know, the flowers supposed to be way bigger than regular frags. My Sedinii or Schlimii were blooming only for 2 weeks. One flower. This one's supposed to keep flower blooming up to 4 weeks. I'm thinking about to plant it in this pot or a taller one. Probably this one will work better. Plus I like clear plastic so I can watch roots growing, enjoy looking at growing tips. I will put it in the same potting mixture I had it growing. When I receive it from a vendor, I will just add sphagnum moss, and there is bark, perlite, charcoal. The point of making proper media for frag is media should retain moisture, but at the same time have to be fluffy or airy, and roots can get oxygen, breathe, and don't rot. Glenn Decker said frags are heavy feeders, so he recommended to use fertilizers with the numbers 5, 10, 5 every 2 weeks year around, and he recommended to use CalMag, to use potash, seaweed, and target pH of the water you're feeding should be 6.5. Yes, the water is most important for frags. It has to be fresh rainwater or reverse osmosis. I asked him a question of my tap water has ppm 70, and he said that's fine, you can water your frags. Since frags like to eat like crocodiles, I'm going to use top dressing with Osmocote. This one has number 15, 9, 12, and it is very logic why they like to eat. They're slipper orchids, but not like Phragmipediums. Puffs, they grow very slow. This one grow fast. That's why they need more food. I'm just sprinkling with 10 or maybe 15 granules of Osmocote. The only thing you have to watch about Osmocote, if temperature go up high, fertilizer releases very fast, so you don't want to overfeed and burn the roots. One more top dressing I'm going to use. This is crushed seashells. That stuff I bought at the Agway store, where they sell stuff for your animals, like for your chickens. If chicken can eat that stuff, then it's good enough for my frag. And if you grow frags, you have to use a very good quality of water. What I mean by saying good quality, I mean rainwater. That's what I use to water frags. In winter, I melt snow. The number of ppm is 5 or even lower. It is solid, soluble particles in the water. Number in rainwater is 5 or 6 parts per million. It is pretty good compared to distilled water with ppm number of 0. I don't have many frags, maybe 10. Few of them I grow inside, and a few of them I have in greenhouse. Those 4 plants, they're sitting in the shallow tray. And for example, this one is Phragmipedium Sedinii. Sedinii hybrid flowers, they look different, depends on what type of longifolium was used. I like to have them in a clear pots as well to watch the roots. This one is Kawakii hybrid as well, made by Glenn Decker also. I did not put any sphagnum moss in this pot, but I use large bark pieces on the bottom and smaller size bark on the top of this pot. That's nice to watch root tips growing. Today is a watering day and I can tell the bottom of my tray is dry. Usually I water my phrags and let water get down through the pot and stay on the bottom of that tray. I like to water pots from the top with my sprayer bottle, and I still like to have one clear pot because I'm still learning, and that clear pot helps me to figure out when media gets dry and it is time to water. And yes, phrags grow very fast. This one, the big one, is my Indian fire. I bought it 11 months ago and it doubled or tripled its size since. There is a picture of that frog last spring, 10 or 11 months ago. See, one fan only. And that's how it looks now with two more big fans. And it was blooming for me last fall. One flower was coming after another flower for 3.5 months. I loved it. See, now I get water here in my tray and I let pots sit in that water. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. We'll be very happy to read your comments and we'll try to answer questions if you have any. Happy growing, everybody. Until next time. Bye-bye.